Hello and welcome to this weekend edition of YES101 Visual Radio. Bringing you the news, I'm Steven Machado. Let's take a look at your local news first. The services of 3 staff members, including the Assistant Housekeeper of the Department of Catering and Housekeeping of Parliament, have been suspended following allegations of sexual harassment. The Parliamentary Administration confirmed that the action was taken based on recommendations of a committee led by former High Court Judge Kusala Sarojini Veerawardena, who investigated the incident. The sexual assault allegations were reported in 2023. Moving on, the Russian embassy in Sri Lanka has formally requested the Dutch government to return Sri Lankan artifacts taken by the Dutch. The request follows a photo exhibition jointly organized by the Embassy of Netherlands in Sri Lanka and the Sri Lanka Press Institute. The Russian embassy emphasized that the artifacts rightfully belong to Sri Lankans and urged the Embassy of Netherlands to return them to Sri Lanka. Additionally, the Russian embassy criticized the exhibition and said it represented rather a distortion of freedom and expression. On more local news, due to active northeast monsoon conditions, prevailing showery conditions in the northern, north-central, eastern, Uva and central provinces is likely to continue in the next 24 hours. Heavy showers above 100 mm can be expected at some places in eastern, Uva and central provinces and in the Polonnaruwa district. The Met Department urges the general public to take adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by temporary, localized strong winds and lightning during thunder showers. Up next is international news. German authorities have said an oil tanker stuck in German waters belongs to Russia's shadow fleet, which Berlin says is used to avoid sanctions. Germany's Maritime Authority, or CCME, said that Panamanian-flagged ship known as Aventine had lost power and steering, meaning tugboats were deployed to secure the vessel. German Foreign Minister blamed Moscow, accusing Russian President Putin of circumventing sanctions and threatening European security by ruthlessly deploying a fleet of rusty tankers. Up next is sports news. Steve Smith has set his sights on the 2028 Olympics, declaring he wants to prolong his short-form career and return to Australia's T20 team for the Los Angeles Games. Smith produced one of the finest T20 innings of his career on Saturday, smashing an unbeaten 121 from 64 balls for Sydney Sixers against Perth Scorchers to set up a BBL victory. Australia's former T20 captain hit 7 sixers in his knock, manipulating Scorchers' bowling and getting inventive in his efforts to target the short boundary. And with that, we wrap up this edition of YES101 Visual Radio. Bringing you the news, I'm Steven Machado. Stay tuned for more of the very latest.